Hi, everyone. This is Plain Jane in my own living room as afternoon turns into evening, and I have to get this video done before I lose the natural light. So, let's go. Please like, share, and subscribe, especially before you hear what I have to say. Now, yesterday's events in Washington, D.C. were actually predictable. None of the protests that I've seen during the last year turned out well. They all devolved into vandalism and violence because that many people will produce a mob, and they are what they are. And this riot was what it was. Mob behavior is well documented. Now, if you're going to right now explain to me why your goons are less goony than the Republican goons, all I can say is shush, just be quiet, get a grip. All right, like metal filings to a magnet, they came to DC yesterday. The lady who ended up getting killed came all the way from California, and they came at the president's behest to protest a stolen election, which should be understandable motivation. At least they believe it was stolen. And so I imagine does he. Others sincerely, this is the part I don't get, they sincerely thought they had a chance to turn it. There was still a chance to keep President Trump in office. How? All I can ask is how? Could anyone have told me? There were enough reports after the election of irregularities all over the country to warrant a second look at the voting and the counting of the votes, or even a third look and a fourth look. But the only kind of examination that would have accomplished anything would have been to hand count the votes, compare it with the count that they already had, examine the voting machines, and there wasn't really enough time or cooperation for that to happen. And too bad, I'd say, for President Trump, and too bad for his voters. When a Biden win was announced one Saturday afternoon by the media outlets of all things, that was the moment when the momentum was actually seized. At that point, they said, "We won, they lost." And problem was the other side didn't say they won. They won, we lost. Since then, it has been ever so unlikely that the thing would be turned at all. But that didn't keep President Trump, his lawyers, and some YouTubers who are really smart and well-informed enough to know better, it didn't keep them from holding out hope. New deadlines would keep appearing with a strategy for turning the thing before the deadline, for pulling out a dramatic last-minute victory. We'll save the thing before the electors meet. Oh, yeah. Then, before the electoral votes are counted. I'm not sure how that one works. And then great idea. We'll keep them from counting the votes. Yeah, that'll work. I'm agnostic, actually, on who got the most votes. However, I know that Joe Biden won in the sense that counts right now. Even if Trump had flipped a state or two, there was no time to pull off the big show, the big win. And we'll never know who would have won had they counted the votes of all American citizens correctly. That's something we have to live with for 4 years. Sorry to all you people who want me to acknowledge that Joe Biden got the most votes. You're not going to get that. This is as good as it gets. Maybe Biden will be a competent president, and the stuff that we heard all year was just, election year stuff. I certainly hope so. And so you better hope so also, because you should never, ever wish for the failure of the captain of the ship that you happen to be floating on.